Hello YouTube. This lecture is a follow-up lecture in the series of PostgreSQL database tutorial. As we previously studied select statements, select distinct statement and count function. You can check the previous videos if you want to learn about the statements and function. In this lecture we are going to learn about where statement. Now, the where statement allows us to specify conditions on columns for the rows to be returned. In layman terms, it means that we can apply multiple conditions on the single column or multiple column at once to make our query more precise or to maximize the output in our favor, right? Now the basic syntax of the where statement is select column 1, column 2 from table where condition, which means that select. Now you can select multiple columns, column 1, column 2, column 3, like this. I mean, you can from the table of your choice, right? From the table of your choice. This is just an example. I have not selected any table. From the table of your choice, and then you apply where statement, and then the required condition that you want to apply in the query, right? Now there are two types of operators in where statement which are supported by where statement, right? The first is comparison operators, right? Now the comparison operators are the operators which compare two tables or two columns. It can compare two columns or it can apply operation in one column, right? Like the price is greater than $3 or the pet's name equal to Sam. So there are multiple comparison operators such as equal to, greater than, less than. I'll show it with the help of an example. Select all from, let's say film, right? Film is a table stored in my database. So let's go with that. So I've selected all. Now, for comparison operator to work, let's say I need to filter out all the films whose rental duration is greater than 7, right? So what I'll write is where column name, right? I have to write column name. The column name is rental duration less than 7, right? All the films whose rental duration is less than 7 will be shown, which means that all the movies which have rental duration greater than 7 will be filtered out, right? So let's run the query, and here it is. So here you can see the rental duration is never going to be 5, right? In this, the rental duration is never going to be 5. So this is how it filtered out all the movies whose rental duration is 7 or more than 7, right? So this is one example of comparison operator. Let's do another one, such as let's filter out the replacement cost, right? The replacement cost. So we want to filter out all the movies whose replacement cost is equal to, right, 15.99, let's say for an example. So here, sorry, it happened the opposite. So what it is showing here is all the movies whose replacement cost is 15.99 are shown here. So I was a bit wrong. So this is what happens. And if you want to count the number of movies whose replacement cost is 15.99, you can just go here and count, apply a count function, right? Count and then brackets. It will select all the rows. So it means that 37 movies have the replacement cost which is $15.99. Right. Now there are multiple comparison operators, and you can do this by applying greater than, less than operations. So this is a concise explanation of comparison operators. Now the second logical operators, it allows us to, so basically logical operators are the operators which allows us to combine multiple comparison operators, right? And the where statement supports 3 types of logical operators, which are AND, OR and NOT. Now the AND operator is, if I have to give you an example, the AND operator is basically the both of the conditions which are associated by this logical operator has to be true, then it will work, right? Otherwise it won't. And in OR operator, or either one of this statement has to work, and then it will work. And not is simply negation of the given statement, which means that it will deny the statement. That's the functioning of not operator. So let's take an example. Let's select all from fill. Now, so I want to see all the movies whose rental duration is less than 7 and its rental rate is greater than 0.99. So what I'll do is, so in this statement, I have to apply AND operation because I need both of the operations to be correct so that the movies will be filtered out correctly, right? So what I'll write two column names one by one. First, let's write rental duration. The rental duration should not be more than 7, so it should be less than 7. And then I'll apply AND operator, and rental rate should be greater than 0.99, right? Now what's happening is, now run the query, and all the movies which are shown here in the output, right? The output, it includes all the movies whose rental duration is less than 7 and the rental rate is greater than 0.99, right? And if you want to count the number of rows or how many movies, then you can just write the count all. That's it. It doesn't matter if you want to put a single column or all column in count function, because the answer will always be the same because it is counting the rows. So this is one example of AND operation. Let's try OR operation, right? Let's select star. Let's see all the columns. Now let's see. So I want any one of the columns to work. This is what OR operation is, right? But the caveat is, if the first statement is true, it will not bother about looking on the second statement, right? So basically what's happening here is, let's try a query where rental rate should be greater than 2.99. Let's say 2.99, greater than 2.99, or the rating equal to R, right? So let's run the query and let's see the results. So what it will do is, like, it has filtered out all the movies whose rental rate is less than 2.99 or 2.99, but it has not filtered all the movies who are R rated, right? So the first statement is true. Now it did not bother about completing the second statement, right? So this is how OR operator works. And we can try out further examples, but let's go with the NOT operator, the final operator, not operation. And NOT operation is basically negation of any statement. If you want to do something, right, if something's right and if you apply NOT operator, it automatically becomes wrong. Let's explain you with an example, right? So let's say I want to see the replacement cost, see the movies whose replacement cost is not equal to 14.99, right? So now what I'll write is replacement cost not equal to. So we don't write not as not. The notation is exclamation equal to, not equal to 14.99, right? So let's run the query, and now it will show all the movies whose replacement cost is not equal to 14.99. So this is how the not statement works, and this is how the where statement works in general. So I have given you a concise information about where statement, and this is mostly how it's done, and there aren't any exceptions or there aren't any special rules. So thank you for watching.